The more you explain yourself to people, the less they respect you. And most people never realize this. They think explaining more will make people understand them. So they overtalk, they overdefend, they overjustify every decision. Why they were late, why they said no, why they need space, why they feel tired, why they made a different choice. And slowly, without noticing it, they start sounding weak. Because confidence doesn't beg to be understood. Confidence doesn't panic when someone disagrees. Confidence doesn't feel the need to explain every move. And the moment you stop explaining yourself to everyone around you, people start treating you differently. Some people suddenly respect you more. Some people become nervous around you. And some people get angry because they lost access to the version of you that constantly needed approval. That's when you know the change is real. Listen carefully. Every time you over-explain a simple decision, you send one message. I hope you approve of this. And people can feel that instantly. Think about it. Someone invites you somewhere. You don't want to go. But instead of saying, I can't make it tonight, you say, I'm really sorry. It's just that I've had a stressful week and I haven't been sleeping well, and I still have work tomorrow and maybe next time. See the difference? One sounds calm, the other sounds afraid. Here's the truth. People respect clear boundaries more than emotional explanations, because boundaries signal self-respect. So start practicing this. Short answers, clean answers, no unnecessary defense. No, I can't do that today. That doesn't work for me. I decided to do something else. And then stop talking. Don't rush to fill the silence. Don't panic. Don't try to make everyone comfortable. Because the more comfortable you try to make everyone else, the less seriously they take you. This one changes everything. Some people are not confused. They just enjoy watching you explain yourself. They ask questions that aren't really questions. They challenge your decisions. They twist your words. And then they sit back while you waste energy trying to prove yourself. Stop doing that. The strongest people understand something most people never learn. Not everyone deserves access to your reasoning. Read that again. Not everyone deserves access to your reasoning. If someone already decided who you are, no amount of explaining will change their mind. In fact, the more you explain, the more power you give them. Because now, they control your emotional state. Here's what powerful people do instead. They say what they said, and leave it there. No emotional essay, no desperate clarification, no trying to win every misunderstanding. Because mature people understand, and immature people don't want to. Big difference. You know what makes insecure people uncomfortable? Silence, especially calm silence. Most people talk too much when they're nervous. They explain too much. They laugh too much. They try too hard to avoid tension. And without realizing it, they communicate lower status. But people who stay calm, people who pause before speaking, people who don't rush to defend themselves, those people feel different. They feel grounded, controlled, dangerous in a quiet way. Try this. Next time someone questions your decision, pause for 2 seconds before answering. Look at them. Stay relaxed. Then answer slowly. No emotional reaction. No defensive energy. Watch what happens. The whole dynamic changes. Because people don't just listen to words. They read emotional behavior. And calm behavior signals confidence. This is where most people lose respect without noticing. They explain themselves because they want everyone to like them. So they soften every opinion. They apologize before speaking. They hide disagreement. They constantly adjust themselves to avoid upsetting people. But here's the problem. People rarely respect someone who is terrified of disapproval. Because approval-seeking energy feels weak. You can feel it. Everyone can. The people who command respect are usually the people who are okay being misunderstood. Think about that. They're okay if not everyone agrees. They're okay if some people leave. They're okay if some people don't like them. And ironically, that confidence makes people respect them even more. So stop trying to win every room. You don't need everyone to clap for your choices. You don't need universal approval. You need self-respect. That's what changes everything. Look at powerful people carefully. Really carefully. They rarely over-explain. They don't argue endlessly online. They don't chase people trying to fix every misunderstanding. They don't beg others to see their value. Why? Because people with real confidence don't need constant validation. And the second you truly understand this, your whole energy changes. You stop reacting emotionally every time someone questions you. You stop feeling guilty for protecting your peace. You stop writing paragraphs trying to explain simple decisions. And suddenly, people start listening more when you speak, because your words become rarer, cleaner, more controlled, more intentional. And controlled people always appear more powerful. Always. Here's the truth nobody tells you. The people who constantly explain themselves usually believe they must earn the right to exist. That's why they overtalk. That's why they over-apologize. That's why they panic when someone misunderstands them. But the moment you realize you don't need permission to be yourself, everything changes. You stop chasing approval. You stop shrinking yourself. You stop explaining every choice like you're standing in court, defending your existence. And people feel that shift immediately. They hear it in your voice. They see it in your body language. They notice it in the way you stop reacting emotionally. And slowly, the way they treat you begins to change. Not because you forced them, not because you became rude, but because you finally stopped acting like your existence needed constant justification. And that's when respect begins. If this message hit you harder than expected, that's probably because you've been over-explaining yourself for years without realizing it. Start changing it today. One less apology, one less defense, one calm pause before speaking. That's all it takes to begin shifting the way people see you. And if you want more videos about quiet confidence, psychological strength, and how to stop being treated like an option, hit subscribe. Then comment below. What is one thing you are done explaining? Your comment may be the first boundary you set today, because the strongest people in the room are usually the ones who don't need to prove it.